I come bearing parts. Ow, I don't know why that hurts, but whatever. It is at a point now that I've just been able to drive it and enjoy it. That's pretty good, I'd say. That caught me by surprise. Even coming out of the Ferraris there, it's pretty strong. Hey everyone, and welcome back to DC MotorWerks. My name is Cameron, and we are back today with my 1998 SL600. This will probably be I think the third episode of, I guess we'll call this a series of my 180,000 mile SL600, or kind of like barn find SL600. I know we've called it a couple different things, but a lot of people have commented and asked about an update on this car, and we're gonna do that today. I've been driving this car a lot lately. I don't remember in the last video if I'd already had the bumper and everything done, but I had the bumper sent out and got fixed, and it got fresh paint. I've also got the tow hook cover things and everything in there. I did not put in the center grille mesh yet. It is in the car, but I've also put in a nice good used grille instead of the one that was all folded up, and pretty much tidied in the front end of it. And actually, now that I think about it, I have something exciting for this car, so let me run in and grab it, and we'll do that real quick. I come bearing parts. Remember, a special trick for the hood on 129s is that the hood release is in the bottom of the star, but ow, I don't know why that hurts, but whatever. I've never been a big fan of the later clear with amber turn signals on late 129s. A full European spec would be clear all the way around, but I don't like either. So I got amber ones instead, which is what the early cars have. These are a couple of our inventory SLs here. So this is a 2000 panel roof car, just like the one that just recently sold, but this one only has 44,000 miles. And the one next to it is a one owner 92 with 53,000 miles. But you know, I like the early ones, so we are going to swap my turn signals to the early style. We're gonna go back in time. Let's see if I can, I know this one's easy to reach. Just need to push in my tab and take out my bulb, which I might actually have to swap this for a clear bulb now. You can see all that holds it in. So it slots in place against the headlight and just has a little spring tab there. All right, so we'll slot that in. That's it. Ooh, I think that looks pretty good. You can compare it to the other side and see what you think. What do you think, cameraman? It's not flashing. There it goes. Yeah, look at that. I think it looks classy. Now, not sure I can reach my big old fingers in there. Need another tool. Be right back. There we go. Swap my bulb over. What do you think?
Oh, that's right. Hello.
You like?
I like amber corners. I do. I mean, it's a nice clean look with the clears for the Euro, but amber all the way. It's just proper.
You mind taking these back in?
Yeah.
They go on the shelf on the left in the middle. We're getting rid of the Euros on this one. Yep. The Euros look so cheesy. They're all clear.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just buy ambers for mine, take mine, put them on that.
There you go. Yep.
Have a look at that. I think that looks proper. Amber corners, because the rears are amber, so they should be. Nice little upgrade there, a little off track, but wanted to get it done. I still have some parts left for this to do. Yeah, upper strut mounts, oil level sensor, oil pan gasket. I've also got the hard top on it for the winter, so you get to see it's, I don't know if I ever showed the soft top either. I can't remember, it's been too long, but I know it was, I think, warm last time we did a video with this, so it's cold, but I also am playing with the exhaust, so seeing what I'm going to do there. Currently, this is just the muffler deleted, so we'll see what y'all think of that. It's a little something for now, but I think it needs a little more. We are going to go a little bit further with this one. I think I am going to go with some high-flow cats, because the original ones are about this big and there's 2 of them. So we're going to do some more with the exhaust, so stay tuned for that video. But for now, it gives you a little extra something. But with that said, with our nice little new modification there, let's go for a ride. So now that we're in the car, pretty much everything's pretty tidy in here. I do need to fix this little handle on my tambour there for my cup holder cover. We also have a persistent seatbelt light, whether I'm wearing it or not, so I will need to address that. Still have some engine mounts to do and a few other odds and ends, but as of now, it's just been a great driver for me. And now that I put the pano roof on, it's been great in the winter. That you get the nice open experience even with the roof on. And now with the exhaust opened up a little bit, it gives me a little bit extra, because it was just way too quiet before. And it's riding and driving great, no other warning lights. Everything's behaving happily. It feels very nice and responsive without the big heavy mechanical fan on there. You get to really feel the 400 horsepower that this has on tap. And we've also fixed up the adaptive damping suspension. That is the firm mode. Yeah, it's just been great. I've just been driving it and kind of avoiding having to do more work to it. I don't have much left to do. I think I've added close to 1,000 miles to it. Can't remember exactly what it was at. No, I think it was just about to hit 181. So I've put almost 500 miles on it, which isn't a lot, but I don't have a very long commute. So just kind of get to drive it here and there and enjoy it. But it's been great. I had an alignment done. Like I said, I need to do some suspension bushings and so forth, but you see it is just a nice cruiser here. The cabin warms up quickly. Oh, that reminds me, the blower motor drops in and out, so I need to address that. I think I talked about that I had the Bluetooth modification done for the radio, which has been working quite nicely, although the speakers on the passenger side there kind of drop in and out also, so I need to look into if that's something within the amplifier or what it is. Still a laundry list, but it is at a point now that I've just been able to drive it and enjoy it. Although I did put a new under panel on it, and it is already pretty well covered in oil from the oil level sensor, so I need to address that. But thankfully, no more leak onto the alternator, so. And then now, that's pretty good, I'd say. You can really feel it come alive above 4,000 RPM, and that's where the deletion of the mechanical fan really shines. Although it does decouple, you know, with the fan clutch, it's still not the same as just not having it there. Here we go. Tons of power. That caught me by surprise, even coming out of the Ferraris there. It's pretty strong. So really not much to write home about the SL600. It's just been a good member of the fleet since I've been trimming down my fleet a lot lately. I've sold like 3 or 4 cars. It has been just a nice loyal member that gets to take me on a treat of a drive, whether it's just the commute or just down to the store and back or something. Look at that, it looks proper good with its amber corner lights. I think that is a nice little upgrade for the SL, even though it's not technically proper for the year. It is proper for the car because they did do it on these. Some more to do yet, but there is some exciting stuff in store. I have bought some pedals. So this one is going to be gaining a pedal. Hope y'all know what that means. I am planning on manual swapping the SL600, so stay tuned for that project. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get the notifications on that video. Probably won't be too soon. I'm in the process of having parts machined and so forth, but I do have the pedals and a bunch of the other stuff, so stay tuned. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.